What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a heart's desire reading for the sign of Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, you guys are last but not least this week on the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So you guys should be familiar with the heart's desire. We're going to get cracking into your reading because your girl is tired, okay? Um, but I'm so glad tomorrow is Friday, so I'm hanging in there just for you guys. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to do one from the top for the present, one from the bottom for your past energy, and then one energetically from the middle for your future energy. Okay, we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome is. Okay, so let's see what's in your energy, Scorpios. We have the Four of Swords in your present, the Fool for your past, and the Five of Wands for future. Okay. Today, I believe Capricorns got the Fool in the same place. Okay, so you could have Capricorn in your chart or dealing with a Capricorn, but you don't have to be. Okay, so let's see and break this down one by one. Starting with the Four of Swords. Okay, Four of Swords in your present energy right now. You probably are in contemplation on some things, okay, as you usually are. I consider Scorpios to be kind of like massive thinkers in the water sign collective, okay? But you guys are in this Four of Swords energy where you're really up in your head about some things, okay? Next, we have the Fool in the past energy as far as taking a risk on something, being kind of taking a leap of faith, if you will, towards something, all right, in the past. Maybe it's something that you creatively embarked on in the past that you thought was a pretty decent idea, something new, something fresh. That's all I got with that. Okay, we're not going to stick in the energy for too long. All right. So then we have this Five of Wands. Okay, Five of Wands is talking about some kind of conflict. Okay, it could be internally or it could be energy that is around you. Okay, it could be some kind of mental conflict as well, as far as trying to get your thoughts out for some of you. Okay, so let's look at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is for you, Scorpio, with this main spread. Three of Swords. Okay, Three of Swords. This was in Pisces reading. Okay, mind you, I shuffled the cards before I started your reading. Three of Swords was here in the future energy, and now it's in your overall outcome. Okay, so you could have Pisces in your chart. All right, but Three of Swords is talking about some kind of anguish in a sense of emotional duress, if you will. I don't want to automatically say being heartbroken, but just kind of, like I said, some type of emotional stress, if you will, okay, towards a particular situation at hand that's bothering you, okay? So let's get into the Muse Tarot so we can go ahead and clarify these for you guys. So we have one from the top for the Four of Swords, one from the bottom for the Fool, and then one energetically from the middle. And I think I'm going to go here with it. Here's usually when it takes me a little bit longer to zone in on a card, that means there's some kind of placement energy. And like I said, this week you guys have kind of been running into each other with Virgo and Pisces, and now a little bit of Capricorn too. So if you know your birth chart, by all means check out your other placements, because that may help you. Okay. We will turn the bottom of the deck over momentarily to see what is going to clarify this Three of Swords. So, for the Four of Swords, we have the Knight of Voices, which is the Knight of Swords. The Fool is being clarified by the Nine of Materials, which is Nine of Pentacles. And then we have Three of Inspiration, which I believe also was in Capricorn, but it was in the clarifier for the overall outcome. Okay? So again, somewhat of a connection to that other sign, Capricorn, could be in your chart. Okay? So let's look at this Four of Swords with the Knight of Voices. Okay? Which I feel like is adding almost another sword to you guys with this Four of Swords energy. Okay? Which would equal out to Five of Swords, which also was in Pisces reading. Okay? So I feel as though with this, it's a Knight of Swords energy of kind of coming to terms with things very lightly, okay, in your present energy, okay? Almost some form of honesty with yourself. I don't think this is anyone coming towards you with some honesty. I think this is you within your higher self. Like I said, you're in your head about some things, Scorpio, and it's time to kind of come to terms with some stuff, okay? So with the Five of Swords energy, when you look at the regular Rider's Waite, you usually see a person with holding three swords, two on the ground, and people walking away, okay? So it's in a form of defeat, okay? You could feel, or other people may feel defeated in regards to maybe some past communications, if you will, or some current communications in regards to something, a certain or particular situation, where it's almost a vibe of it's your way, or no way at all type of vibe, okay? Or maybe that's how people have addressed you with things, as you being the person in charge, or determining that you're better off doing things as there's a particular way that you want them done, okay? So, and that's just in reference to a Five of Swords energy that's kind of looming in this present energy here, okay? Let's move on to this past energy, which is the Fool and the Nine of Materials. Nine of Materials meaning Nine of Pentacles, okay? As you can see here, this person is like flowers are flowing over them, okay? You took a risk, like I said, and took kind of like this leap of faith in a particular situation, okay, that was very substantial for you, or like a new beginning for you. Okay, it was kind of set the tone for your worth, or that's what you wanted it to do. Okay, it was something that you were very proud of to start in the beginning, in the past. Okay, um, possibly now in the present you feel indifferent about it. Okay, you're kind of like in your head about it. All right, and so there's not very much to really go on in the middle here with the past. It's just that plain and simple. Whatever it was that you took a leap of faith on, you started it on your own. You had really high hopes for it. You were proud of it. You were proud to present it. Whether or not you feel the same about it now, I think you feel somewhat indifferent about it. Okay. Um, it was something, like I said, that you built from the ground up. Okay. And maybe, like I said, with the Five of Swords energy, you had included other people, and now it's maybe you're reevaluating things in reference to whatever this leap of faith was. Okay, maybe you're having some thoughts, whether it is to revamp it or whatever the case may be, making some changes. Okay, as far as fives being mentioned here in your reading. Next, Scorpios, we have the Five of Wands with the Three of Inspirations, which is Three of Wands. 5 and 3 equaling out to 8. Okay, some form of balance needs to occur here. Okay, where it's a vibe of future. Now, this is your future placement. Okay, future energy. Okay, as far as some conflicts of letting things happen the way that they will. Okay, it's almost like the devil may care type vibe. Okay, where it's like whatever happens happens. It's hard to say whether or not if that's your sentiment or the sentiment of others. Okay, with this Three of Wands, the Three of Wands, I feel like is kind of reducing from this Five of Wands energy, where it's a restart in a sense of a foundation for what it is you're trying to build. Okay, from 5 to 3, but again, it will also bring some kind of balance to you. Okay, or the people around you. I feel there's a need for some type of organization or some type of outline of some sort. Okay, and you may be doing that in your process in this present state. Okay, to kind of bring some order to the situation. Okay, because maybe that's what this Five of Wands is that there needs to be some order, because when I'm looking at these cards, you see how the wands, and usually even in the regular Rider's Waite, you see, people fighting with 5 wands just all crossed against each other. Whereas with this Three of Inspirations, you have dominoes set up in order. Okay, and when you knock dominoes down, they're strategically placed. Okay, especially if it's like, if you ever watch one of those like domino collapse videos. Okay, they're meant to fall in a particular way to create a design or whatever the case may be. Okay, and so I feel like that is where you're headed, Scorpio, where it's like by design. Okay, so while everything is jumbled up right now, there needs to be some kind of order. Okay, as far as a future energy goes. All right, so that being said, let's look at the bottom of the deck and see what's clarifying this Three of Swords. Who? The Tower. Okay, the Tower. I believe, Scorpio, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, if you haven't already and checked your general read, I want to say the Tower came up either in your reading or in Pisces reading. Not 100% sure. But you do have the Three of Swords with the Tower. Okay. Underneath this Three of Swords is an Eight of Cups. Okay. You already know what Eight of Cups means. It usually means someone moving on and moving forward. Okay. But I feel as though with this Three of Swords being here and this Tower showing up to clarify it, there is something that is going to transpire in reference to this emotional duress, okay? In the sense of you may snap, okay? I'm just going to be point blank honest. And maybe not snap in a bad way, but just in a very distraught type of way in regards to if you're not able to figure this out, okay? Especially if it's something that you're doing on your own. Because again, I don't feel any kind of energy around you that's of support, okay? I feel as though you're coming to terms with things on your own presently, okay? And so you may have to make some type of call. Something is going to occur between this present and future energy, okay, that's going to pretty much cause this emotional duress. All right. So that being said, again, whatever this may be in reference to, only you know, Scorpios. I'm not going to really get into it that much. You guys are very private. So, not able to really dig too deep, and I'm not going to, okay? It's primarily up to you guys to watch your readings throughout the week to know what's going on in your energy if there's anything specific, okay? So either it's something the universe doesn't want me to touch too much base on, or you know, your energy is stifled to the point where, you know, you want to figure it out on your own, which is fine. But also in the sense of we may have already touched based on what your theme for your energy is this week from your general read to now, okay? Plus we have 2 more readings. The word from the ancestors gets a little bit deeper, so we may find something there. And then we have the tap into your souls, okay, which is on Saturday. So that being said, Heart's Oracle has been shuffled, and we're cutting by 3s to get your final advice at the bottom of the deck. We have, change your focus. New energy alert, okay? When I see new cards come out, okay, welcome Scorpio placements, okay, possibly moon and rising, okay, as these readings are primarily for Scorpio sun signs, okay, but welcome. I appreciate your viewership, okay. So the number 5, change your focus. This is a very Zen-like card, okay. You see this person here, you see some kind of like turtle doves or birds flying above her head, some trees in the background, looking straight ahead, okay, looking very focused, okay. Very beautiful card here. Number 5 is talking about change. We have 5 of Wands here. We've mentioned 5s at least twice within your reading, so it is talking about some form of change needing to occur, thus this Tower card, okay? So let's see what we have in the book. Change your focus is on page 105. 105 equaling out to 6. Time for you to do a step back and reevaluate some things, okay? Within your situation, within your energy, okay? Within your projects, whatever it is that you're working on, all right? You do have believe and succeed up underneath that. Change your focus. Your keywords are disappointment, lost, shift, and appreciate. Some disappointment and sadness are inevitable. How you deal with it determines the quality of your life. It may be that you've recently experienced a loss, perhaps the end of a friendship or a failed romance. Maybe your family isn't providing the support you need. Like I said, I did not feel any additional energies aside from this Five of Wands as far as conflicts are concerned, but I feel like this is your own conflict, okay? Or previous conflict or future conflict with others, okay? Any number of situations can cause unhappiness. And I did kind of skip a line here, sorry. Maybe your family isn't providing the support you need, or you regret decisions you've made. Any number of situations can cause unhappiness. When relationships don't turn out the way you expected, it's natural to feel upset and hurt. However, it's not healthy to remain in that state for too long, okay? Because that leads into depression, Scorpio, okay? You have to, if there's a way to make things right or make a change, okay, by all means do so, all right? In a positive and more conducive way. That's why you're in this Four of Swords energy, okay? When this card appears, it's time to put those sorrows behind you and shift your focus to what is good and positive in your life. Appreciate the people who love you and your ability to give love to others. Take stock of what brings you joy. Taking charge of your own happiness is key here. Focus on what you have and are thankful for and attract more of the same. Okay? So change your focus. Turn your back on this conflict. Turn your back on this sorrow. Okay? And focus on better days for tomorrow. Yes, I did just rhyme. Okay? So hopefully that put a smile on your face. It's very good that you're in this Four of Swords energy, but make sure you're not in the energy of sorrow, okay? In the sense of, like it said, decisions that you've made that possibly are connected with regret for what decisions you've made or actions that you've taken, okay? You need to come to terms with that situation, okay? Like I said, Five of Swords energy shows people walking away where, in a sense, you feel defeated in something, which possibly is related to choices that you've made, okay? If there's a way for you to fix it, then fix it, okay? If that's what you choose to do, all right? If you keep wallowing in the fact of the choice that you made, how is that going to help you, okay? So, with that being said, let's get into the power of surrender to get your final message of support. We'll shuffle by threes again. With that green card border coming up in your reading, I suggest you guys work on your heart space, okay? Listen to some heart chakra meditations. Primarily overnight if you possibly can. You're more dormant when you're asleep, okay, when you're doing a meditation, especially something that has affirmations, okay? Something in reference to, I need to, organize my my playlist as far as the meditations. I have so many. It's like as soon as I see one, I automatically add it to my list of meditations. And then it's hard for me to suggest them to you unless I put them in the description. But listen to a meditation that is focused on positive affirmations in reference to receiving. Okay, so being able or open to receiving love, joy, happiness, assistance from others, support from others that you truly do trust and have faith in is something that you could listen to help with your heart space in reference to receiving from others, okay? Because that may be something hard for you to do depending on the situation that's going on with you, okay? So, at the bottom of the deck, you have surrender your fear of intimacy. Surrender your fear to intimacy. Scorpios, I believe you guys got this card before, maybe not last month, but maybe the month before, okay? It says you are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Like I just said, working on your heart chakra. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Surrender your fear of intimacy. Okay? So let love in. Like I said, intimacy in the sense of either a person, one singularly person, or in reference to your relationships surrounding you. Okay? Whatever is, again, hopefully this touches base on a few of the Scorpio collective. Like I said, welcome new energy. You get a little bit of everything. Take what resonates and pass the rest to the next, okay? Get in where you fit in, all right? So Scorpios, like I said, we have 2 more readings for you guys this week. So until then, that's all I have for you guys. Peace.